afternoon, Planet Earthgate TV. And now for the...
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Planet Earth.
How are we doing out there? How are you?
Doing all right, doing okay. My parents, my sister, she took my parents to get a cell phone because their phones are all broke. So my sister got my parents the free smartphone that went with the plan. The problem is, for about from 8 a.m. to today, I was just answering technology questions. You know, it's like I'm exhausted. They have this phone called a jitterbug for senior citizens, but it's not as good. But like, you know, all plans should have something nice and simple. My dad was like, I just want a flip phone. And they don't have that anymore. They don't have anything simple.
Yeah, is the jitterbug a real thing, or did you just make that up?
Yeah, no, it's a real thing, the jitterbug.
And it's designed for people that just want a simple phone, or specifically for like 62 and up?
Yeah. It's specifically for senior citizens, the jitterbug. They make the numbers big.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, what have you been up to?
Really not too much. Kind of just a little bit of apartment shopping, actually. I'd love to get back in a little area and have some fun. I actually had that same conversation with my dad like a week ago about cell phones, where he's
really?
like, yeah. And, you know, I don't know what your parents will say, but my parents will say, I can't, well, my mother's learning, but my father will be like, I can't learn that stuff. Are your parents like that?
Oh yeah, and you know, they're not moldable. You know, like in life, to get good at something, you got to be a little moldable in the sense of, if you ask a question, you got to be willing to learn. I try to show my parents. I go to show my dad on the thing. My dad goes, I got it. And I'm like, no, let me show you. And then I'm like, can you guys just Google this information? Like, all the answers are on this thing called Google.
Yeah, no, my father's the same way. He'll be like, I can't learn that stuff. And with the iPhones, I'm like, just say, hey, Siri, Google this.
Right. I think our generation is more down to seek the answers ourselves. But our parents' generation, they want a human. They need us to show them. But it's like, let me show you instead of like, I don't know. You know, I'm the type of person, I like to figure it out myself. And if I can't get that, then I'll Google it. If I can't get that, then I'll ask. But them right away, they're like, how do I send a text message? How do I send? I'm like, oh.
I used to be the type where I'm like, I couldn't mold, but only because of probably comedies. The only reason I'm forced myself to start like saying, okay, I have to learn how to do this.
Yeah, it is frustrating with technology. Like, you know, me and you both know with this editing stuff, we're not professional editors, but we had that learning curve. Patience, learning anything takes a lot of patience and willing to be terrible at it.
Yeah, exactly. Being ready to fail at those videos, struggle. And that's my hardest part. When things get hard, I used to walk away, and now it's like,
oh yeah,
you know, like my father, he was trying to Google, you know, that show, The Store, they go around, they drive around and they find old stuff and they buy it, The Pickers or something.
Yes, The Pickers. History Channel.
Yeah, my father loves that show, so he keeps trying to figure out what happened with the one guy, Frank, on the show, right? And he's like, yeah, he's not on the show, so I'm on the phone with my dad, and he's Googling, like, why is Frank no longer? And, you know, you got to kind of talk to the internet a certain way, and he's just talking to it like it's a person, you know?
Right. That is hilarious. So what did end up happening to Frank?
He said he's been off the show because he's going through some maybe like some stomach issues. I think it was Crohn's. He's having some issues, and it's hard to record with him. Aww. And you know, people miss him, I'm sure.
Yeah. Is he the main dude?
Yeah,
Aw.
he's the second. Well, there's like three people, I think. There's the main guy, which I don't even know his name, but main guy,
Yeah,
and
the
then
guy with the
Frank's
middle
like,
part.
yeah, the middle part
Yeah,
guy, and then the other guy. Yeah, how's the other guy doing? The show ain't the same without the other guy. I hope he's doing all right. He's an interesting guy. Guy at my work who was getting into computers, he was older, and I don't know what he was Googling, but people came in and checked our computer and asked who was on it. Like, he would come
Ooh.
in early. He didn't have the internet ever. He was like an older guy, and he would just come in early and Google stuff, and they just went right to his search history. Like, nobody was deleting nothing. Nobody ever said what it was, but they took the computer away from
Oh my
people.
god! So the FBI raided it.
No, it wasn't FBI, but it was I don't know, some people in suits. Nobody ever said anything.
Oh no! Did he get arrested?
No, actually, there was one guy that did get arrested. I remember in the Midwest, typical blue collar job, working like a regular 9 to 5. You never know who you're working with. There was one time where a guy got arrested, I guess, for downloading like I don't know if it was like underage stuff or what, but yeah.
Damn.
And can you imagine? You don't even know these people. Like, man, that is crazy. Or was it a mistake because somebody's dumb with the computer?
Right. Ugh. I don't know. I mean, nothing is a secret, like people think that they can Google stuff and no one knows. And it's not true. Like, that stuff all gets reported back to Google, and then they sell your search history.
That's insane.
Yeah, and these big Silicon Valley companies, they can basically read your mind at this point. I do think they have an AI machine that can like read your mind just based off of what we feed the internet. And then it's like, okay, some weird health thing I Googled, they're showing me targeted ads.
I know with the AI, just seeing like I almost want to call him Tesla now, but Elon Musk, I seen he was saying that's one of his biggest worries, and he can't stress enough how much he's worried about AI, and then that he mentioned like we have it already on our phones. You ever make a call and it's a robot? It's like, I'm not gonna take over the world. They can't even connect me to line 2.
Hilarious. Yeah. I think it's safe to say that robots are not going to take our jobs because they aren't doing their job good as it is.
Right.
How about CVS? I go in and it rings a thing up twice, and then you got to wait for the person to come. It's like, dang, if I had one person, a human doing it, it could have did the job better,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You can't ever do it. I have the same thing. I kind of want Alexa to do everything for me.
Right. I know. I was to the point of like, can I just read my mind at this point? Go ahead.
Oh, can you imagine? Honestly, I think it would be cool if I could just think of something and the light would go on.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's kind of scary. It is scary. I mean, it's great, but also scary at the same time.
Well, check this out. Right now, people control their apartment through their iPad. Like, I know people that can have that, their lights, all that, air conditioner. So what's going to happen in 100 years of that of people never standing up? They got food delivery. There's going to be at some point people that are making money online. Maybe they're never going to leave their house, just making millions of dollars, eating Grubhub.
They already do. There's these people, I follow a lot of TikTokers who are like, here's how you can make millions of dollars. And there's always these hacks on how to make money online. But I try it, and I think that's a scam in itself. All these accounts that are like, make millions of dollars, it's all a scam because it doesn't work. This one person told me you could fill out surveys and make $1,000 a week. And so I downloaded the survey thing. I was doing the surveys. They they were like, can we steal your data? I was like, sure, there's no other way around it at this point. Have all my data. And I made 10 cents per survey. I was like, no. I was like, this is garbage. And to be that invasive for 10 cents. And I was like, that's ridiculous. This TikTok account was bragging, saying you could make $1,000 a week.
Yeah. Oh
my God. Same. Oh man, we gotta watch what the advice these TikTokers say. This one guy, he was like, here's easy things. You don't need a degree that you could make millions of dollars. And he said real estate. And he was like, the bubble popped up, real estate. And I commented under, I said, look, real estate is very hard. It took me about a half a year in real estate before I could make one rental. And that's like $1,000 right there for 6 months of work. I said, be careful it's very irresponsible to be posting, because a lot of these kids are under 18 and they're just like, ooh, I'm going to become a real estate agent. And, that's awesome, but to advertise it as a get rich quick thing is very misleading. That was the problematic aspect, was how misleading. It takes a lot of hard work. It's not easy.
Yeah, 100%. I've been meeting with realtors, and now they're even telling me how much harder it is now with the pandemic, with the renters.
Wow. I can't imagine.
He's like, they're the one thing that's misleading for him. I guess a problem he's run into is they prorate the rent now, so it'll say like $1,750, but underneath it'll say $1,500. Saying if you
hate it when they do that.
Yeah, me too.
Even as a real estate agent, when I was a real estate agent, people would be like, "Oh, cool, it's $1,700, right?" And I'd be like, I don't know why they wrote it on the ad like that, because that made my job harder. It's misleading people, and then you got to explain it. And then they're angry at you. They're angry at the wrong person. But yeah, they should. If it's 2 months free rent, just give 2 months free rent.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he said the same thing. And another issue is, like, if people qualify for the $1,500, now they came to look at the apartment for $17. That's a whole lot more money you have to qualify for.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these places, like, I can imagine other people in the world, like, that I grew up with, if they've seen these apartments I'm considering looking at for like $1,500, they would be like, Tom, are you stupid? Did you hit your head? But they don't understand. It's the neighborhood, it's the area, it's the vibe.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, living alone, I feel like I would be able to make more money than anyway. So it's like, okay, if it's really going out on a limb to make rent to live alone, it's worth it anyway, because I'd be able to make more money, because I'd be less stressed. Because like roommates, oh my God, I'm so done with roommates. They stress me out. It's so much drama over nothing.
Yeah,
like, I just want to be left the fuck alone. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't bother nobody. I'm a type of person. I'm a people pleaser. Whatever you need, no problem. You want to clean once a week for 8 hours? My other roommate wrote this note and said we got to have weekly cleanups. I said, no problem. I could have been difficult and been like, yo, how about you clean your stuff and I'll clean mine? Because I was barely in the apartment. When you're in a relationship, you're never home.
Yeah.
So...
No, I hear you. Or when you live with somebody that won't clean at all. That's like...
Oh, God, yeah. Oh my God. Or they try to, it's like a game. They make it like, they're seeing if you clean first.
With the trash, especially.
Oh my God. My last roommate, right? She would never take out the trash. Now, we were both two young women. So for me, a heavy trash bag was an issue, because I can't carry heavy 32-gallon or 64-gallon, whatever size it was, on my back. I had these wicked stairs. It was in Astoria, Queens. So those houses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this had a wicked straight up staircase, and it was like 2 floors. It just surpassed. There was no spiral. And she would never take it out. And then she had the nerve to write a note about a tomato cube in the sink. She took a photo of the cube of tomato in the sink. I was rushing out. It was a Friday night. I was going out.
Yeah.
And she sent me the picture of the tomato cube and said, "We got to really start being neater." I said, "Don't me." So I said, you want to be petty? Then it's a Friday night. I'm like, what loser is at home on a Friday night being petty about a tomato cube? So I said, you want to be petty? I'll be petty. I whipped up the picture of the trash spilled right before she went on vacation on Christmas 2 weeks prior. I sent her this picture right back. I said, look, yeah, let's I said, here's this trash bag. I've been taking out the trash. I said, yeah, let's have a conversation. Ooh. It's like, I'm a people pleaser. You want to be petty about that cube of tomato? I got a whole list documented of shit that's wrong with you. So, and that's it. The roommate situation, they could be the coolest people, but there's always going to be the poking feeling. That little shit that annoys you. That's not a big deal. But the more it pokes at you, like the more something isn't fixed, or a certain situation that you got to bug them a little. Hey, just checking in, just checking it. You just explode. I think humans aren't even supposed to live this close that aren't related. If you're related, because you could yell at each other and then it's family. It's not terrible. But when you get in explosive fights with people that aren't your family, then it's toxic.
Right. My thing is when somebody borrows your food, like if you're out working all day and you want to eat and you come home and your eggs are gone, there's a line at the grocery store that, or like getting toiletries, like, when you got to be like, come on, I got this.
Yeah, when you got to take the roll of toilet paper, it got to the point I'd have to take the roll of toilet paper in with me and walk out with the roll because it wouldn't be refilled.
I was there.
Like, come on, it's expensive. All of the toiletries, the hand soaps and all that if they're like not as proactive in replenishing it, it's like enough is enough. I got to carry my own soap in. It's just so stressful. So living alone is the way to go.
I agree 100% with the making money topic it's going to push me to want to make more. And second, I'm just have the freedom to relax. So when I do want to focus on work, I could really focus on it.
Oh, yeah. I went through a phase when I was with my roommate. I really wanted to start a YouTube channel. And she's just always home. I never met anybody that was like literally always home. There was never, barely went out, barely had friends. When your roommate's always home, it's just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
You want that alone time. But anyway, I was like, I probably sound insane. I'm in here talking to myself because you make your YouTube videos. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the privacy.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, no, everywhere I lived, it seems like I've always had one person. I've always had more than one roommate. So I've always had about 4 roommates or 3. And it's like, yeah, there's always one person that's just in the living room the whole time or on their computer. And sometimes, you want to have your little eggs and watch TV.
Especially if you have a significant other over. It's hard with roommates and dating. It's difficult.
Yeah, like some people will be like, hey, she can't be here 3 times a
right.
week. And...
Oh yeah, my roommate, she had a limit. My former boyfriend could only stay over twice a week. But the funny thing is he would come over at 11:30 at night and we would be out before she would even be awake. So it's like, why be so petty?
Yeah.
It doesn't make me like you, like pettiness.
Yeah, I'm always lenient with roommates with that because I know there's going to be a time when I need it. like with people
Yes.
sleeping over, even with like a friend out of town. Like
Right.
sometimes you wake up and there's somebody just on your couch for 3 days, and you're
Ugh,
like,
it
"Who's
is
this?"
annoying. Yeah.
Oh, my cousin. Yeah, be careful. He steals.
Oh my God. I let me tell you a story with my former boyfriend. He had roommates and they had this guy sleep in their living room. This guy slept in their living room so they could have cheap rent. And this guy would just have a bunch of people over, like he was a party animal. And he had this one guy over that peed on their couch.
Oh,
Yeah, they had to talk to the guy and buy a new couch, the one that peed on the couch. I guess they were into some sort of substance, and I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, that is wild. That is crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I've had some situations like that. I've had one time
Ugh.
I came home, I was living in the Bronx, and an ambulance was there, and the landlord was real abusive, guy from Russia. Like, he actually like got into a couple fights in the 6 months that I lived there, like fist fights with tenants. And
Oh my
one of
gosh.
yeah, there was blood. The one of his workers, he said, stabbed himself. It's like, come on, bro. He
Oh
didn't stab
my.
himself. Yeah, and then he went to jail. He got arrested and went to jail. And when he got out of jail, I just moved out. The dude was nuts. I was like,
Wow.
I ain't dealing with this. I
I
was so
know.
afraid. You know, when I first moved to New York, I don't know about you, I was so scared to move anywhere. It's like I had to trust the person. Can I live here? Is it safe? I don't know what my problem was. Like I
No,
lived
that's
in
good. That's not a problem. That's an asset. That's really good.
uh
Me, I was so naive. I was 19 and I just wanted to move to New York so bad. So I found this thing on Craigslist. I shared half of a bedroom with
Oh yeah.
with a girl I did not know. And it was $450 a month. So me and the girl, we had to clean the apartment once a month. That was why it was so cheap. But also, I mean, half of the bedroom, that should have been less money than 450 back in like years ago. You know, I don't want to give away my age, but
You know, thinking about it, I was paying like 500 a month and I had to separate the trash to get that. And I had to go through the recycling for the trash like all the
that was
time.
kind of the deal.
Yeah, and he's like instead of it being like 675, and this was in the Bronx. I paid 500. It was convenient when the 2 and the 5 trains were running correctly. I could be in the city in like 45 minutes, but
Mm,
looking back on it, I could have been somewhere else for an extra like $50 a month or something, like an extra, if I would have splurged a little more, I could have been somewhere cool, but being
yeah.
cheap, being cheap on the rent. I seen like the majority of New Yorkers don't really make 40 times the income for their I was Googling it. That's a lot.
It is a lot. And it stinks that all of your money does go to rent. But also it's like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to live anywhere besides New York or LA or like on the beach in Miami, you know? So it's like,
Ah,
even though I'm broke and I can't save up money, it's like I wouldn't have it any other way.
what part of New York would be your favorite
Ooh,
couple neighborhoods?
I would love to live in Nolita, which is north of, I forget. Oh, I don't know. Maybe like NoHo, north of Soho. I forget where
Is
the heck, but it's like right by kind of by Bowery and Houston.
Is that
Area.
like by the BDF
Yeah.
Broadway Lafayette stop or whatever?
Yeah, I
I
love
know
that
that
area.
area. That
It's
area is pretty.
sick.
Yeah.
But it's like in a nook and cranny. It's on these side streets, so it's not right on Broadway, but it's on like I forget what streets it is, but it's just so beautiful. And then Lower East Side, I love Orchard Street. It would be my dream to live above my favorite coffee shop, which is Irving Coffee. Irving.
Oh,
Wait,
I
I
know
think
that.
I feel like we've met there a few times. Irving Coffee
It's
at.
on Houston and like Grand, right?
It's near there in Mott area.
Oh yeah, that is nice over there by Mont.
Yeah, it's just so peaceful, and it's not. It's not a like a NYU. You know, in some areas of East Village, it's very. It feels like a student housing a little bit because it is.
Yeah.
The dorms are right there, the NYU dorms. What about you?
I think like I really like around Clinton Street, right where you get off the Brooklyn Bridge. I think that's pretty cool. You're right by
Ooh.
Williamsburg Bridge. And
Oh
then
yeah.
you're kind of like in a little bit of the mix. Or over by like St. Mark's could be cool. I think that
Yeah.
could be really cool. I do love Soho is very pretty, and I've seen some of the apartments there are so sick. Like I would do Soho in a heartbeat. Like I don't know exactly what the streets are, but like Soho, where the expensive shopping is and all that. That is so slick to me.
Oh my
Those
god. It's so pretty. And the ceilings are high and open.
I like the Apple Store in Soho over there.
Oh yeah. Oh my, and the cobblestone streets.
I love the cobblestone
I
streets.
feel like I'm in Europe. I'm like, oh my god, I'm in
Yeah,
France or somewhere.
Paris.
Yes.
Those cobblestone streets. There's a really pretty one. It's by this place. I think the cafe is called Smiles. It's by like Bond Street in Houston. It's so pretty. Even just go and take a
Oh,
picture in front of that place. I want to eat there so bad. I still haven't. I'm gonna go for breakfast. It's like Smiles
go.
Diner.
Smile Cafe.
Yeah, do you
I've
know?
heard of it. I remember walking by and seeing it.
But that whole street in that area, the cobble street, is
Yes.
like probably one of my favorite backdrops.
Same.
And then I like even the grungier part by like Alphabet City, but I don't know how long I'd stay
Hmm.
over there. But there's a lot of bars and shit like that, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anywhere that's lively, I guess, just at least for like a year because I never had that. When I first came to New York, I was looking at like my friend had this apartment right above like by the Comedy Cellar, and it was on the second floor, and you can just oh, it was like bad to the bone. You
Damn.
could just see the stuff going on. Honestly, if I could pick, that's probably where I would be. I would maybe
Yeah.
there.
You know, though, the energy is kind of commercial anymore. Like it used to be very boho, you know, like back in the day with all the jazz places, but I feel like anymore it's just very commercial. Yeah, it's not grungy that
Yeah, it
much.
doesn't have that grunge. Definitely not like Avenue being 10th Street, like over there.
Yes.
Over there is pretty slick. What
So
about LA? What neighborhood would you be in LA? Or in
I,
California in general?
yeah, I would it's hard because where I lived actually the last time I lived on La Brea and Franklin, and it was an amazing area because I'm gonna screen share. Well, let me tell you, it's perfect because it's right by Runyon Canyon Mountain. And so, oh my God, it's so cool having a mountain, one of the coolest mountains within walking distance.
It makes
From
your life. It makes your life different climbing a mountain, just seeing it, just seeing that stuff.
Yes. Oh my God. I loved it. I was always so happy in LA. And what's great is it's central to West Hollywood and it's by the Hollywood Hills. So I would walk by Bob Barker's house every day. Bob Barker lives right around the corner. Here, I'm gonna do a map. But also I would love to live in Santa Monica. I think the problem is with traffic. Oh man. Oh shoot, my bad. With traffic, Santa Monica, if you have an audition in West Hollywood, let's say, that could take you about 2 hours to get there.
Well, when I was there, I rented a Mustang and I was driving around and
Wow,
I
you had a
realized,
Mustang?
yeah, I ran a pretty cool, but it was a
What?
car. Yeah, it was a Mustang. Yeah, it was so much fun. There was no
Oh,
traffic though when I went, but
that
when
is
there
so cool.
was a little bit of traffic, I was stuck in that car, like versus a bike. Like if I would have had like even a bicycle on some points, I feel like I could have got further. But if I had a motorcycle, people
Right.
were just blowing right past me in traffic down the middle of the lane, passing up
Yes.
100 cars. It's got to be mad illegal though.
Oh yeah. Well, I won a motor scooter from The Price is Right. And I was going to ride it, but then it's like anytime I would tell people like, yo, I'm gonna ride a motor scooter, instead of wishing like, wow, cool, they would just be like, good luck, you're going to die. And it fucked up my confidence and I sold it.
That's a
But here's
shame.
where I
That's
live.
crazy. You won a motor scooter. Let's make a deal.
Yes, Price is Right. It
Oh,
was
Price is Right.
That was something I manifested. I genuinely manifested that because I kept visualizing winning.
I'm
But
thinking of
yeah,
Bob
here's my old
Barker.
apartment, and it was cool. 650, utilities included, and then
Dang, that's so cheap. Wait, that's just to
yep,
rent a room.
studio. I had my own studio.
Holy cow.
Yep. And then so if you walk here, um, oops, sorry if this is making you a little dizzy.
No,
Bob
it's cool.
Barker's house is right. Wait. Oh wait. All right. Well, anyway, Bob Barker's house is like right around the corner from me, and I miss it here. Hold on.
What was your favorite thing?
Everything. Let me tell you, I lived in LA for 3 years and I made amazing friendships. Like, oh God, the friends I made in LA are lifetime friends. Like, I cherish them for my life. And then, I've been living in New York for years, and it's really hard as a woman to make adult friends. I don't know what it is. It's like in New York, I've found it harder to make friends. I think because everybody is so busy. Culture in LA is, yeah, let's hang out, let's go for a walk, let's relax. But the culture in New York is gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Yeah.
Respectfully so, because it's like in New York, it feels like sometimes if you rest, then you're gonna just get fired for no like I don't know why New York we're always so like anxious to run.
New York minute is so true. Like you lose so much time just waiting on trains, going places, and then
Yeah.
eating.
Oh my God. How about this? How about when you're out, and then how about when you go to a job and then you have something to do, but it's not for 2 or 3 hours after work. So then it's like, okay, do I sit in a coffee shop for 3 hours or do I run back to Queens, sit for 20 minutes and then run back out to the city?
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's why I'm never doing that again. I did that pretty much all of my time in New York. You got your book bag with you, you leave the house. 7 a.m., you're out of the house. I remember you were doing it, taking a lot with you. You're teaching Pilates and doing stand-up and showing
Yes.
apartments. Like,
Let me tell you, yeah, exactly. I had so many like side hustles that I would have to pack a backpack and have my Pilates equipment in it. And then I had to have a nice outfit, run into real estate. And then I got my comedy outfit because I'm not gonna be dressing business casual doing comedy. I like to, maybe now I'm older, maybe I'll mature. I like to dress like a rock star when I do comedy personally. And anyway, oh God, that's the work, the gym clothes, the work clothes, and then the comedy gear. And then I would go to comedy shows and everybody, only men, a woman never made fun of my backpack. Only men. Why do you have such a big backpack? It's like, leave me alone. Like, I'm a hustler, man. Let's see your big backpack. You don't got a backpack. It means you're not hustling.
yeah. No, I hear you. having that thing, your back's
Ugh.
killing you, got all your stuff, and then it's
Feeling
almost like I know exactly what you mean. You want to go to comedy looking good. It's like if you spill coffee on yourself at 7 a.m., you're out and you're out for the day. You're not coming back till 11.
I know. And then let alone time to grocery shop and do laundry.
The time that I did get to live downtown for that short Airbnb like month stay was life changing. And I was like, I'll take every penny because time you can't buy. And I would lose an hour on the train going home, right? Like after work, a lot of times I had to go home doing construction and shower. And then, that's to work is an hour. And then going home's an hour. So that's 2 hours. Then coming back out, that's 3. And then going back home, that's 4 hours of my day would be gone just commuting.
It's so worth it to spend a little bit of money and just live in the city. When I lived in the Upper West Side, it was life-changing. I moved there January 15th, and then this freaking pandemic happened towards the end of January. So I already was kind of like not going out. I kind of knew something weird was going on. I had my Lysol and all that. I was all set. I got my Kansas soup by February 1st. I was all set. So I stopped going out really towards beginning of February, maybe mid-February actually. And then it's just like, dang, it sucked. I was so excited to live in Manhattan.
Yeah. And then you got robbed.
Yeah.
You got robbed of your time. Like
Yes. Robbed of time. Oh my God. But I mean, for the month that I got to experience commuting from the Upper West Side was awesome. And I lived right by West Side Comedy Club and Stand Up New York. And I was like so excited to be there every night. And no, I never made a presence actively every night because of that pandemic.
Yeah, right. When you have a place where it's like that's your neighborhood, you have a club, you could just be right there. You could stop home for lunch. When you add it up, you'd spend $40 a day being out between coffee, eating, metros.
That's so true. Yeah. Like when you live in Queens, you actually end up paying the same amount as you would as paying for rent in the East Village because, God forbid, you got to take an emergency Uber.
I was just going to say that. You're doing one a week, maybe.
Yeah. And then buying food out because you're not by your house. So you have no choice. You could bring a lunch, but then you're carrying around fucking bags of Tupperware.
Oh yeah,
how about that? I try to save money, so I brought my lunch, but then I'm bringing things of Tupperware to comedy shows that smelled like egg. I'm like, this is not comfortable. And
then you end up throwing them away. I'd throw my Tupperware away.
And then you got to buy more Tupperware.
I loved being like, I'm going to stop home real quick, finish my shirt. I don't like it. I'd run out, see a friend, record something, 10 minutes from home.
I love it. Yes. Yeah. When I lived in the Lower East Side in the closet, it was so worth it. I loved it so much. I taught Pilates down the street. I did real estate across the street. Everything was central. I loved doing mics all around at Lower East Side and East Village, and it's just so worth it. Oh.
And those neighborhoods were a blast to walk around in. Remember we used to walk around your neighborhood?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I remember that's the beauty of the city is I could just be so happy just walking.
Same. In the spring and summer in a nice neighborhood, it's so cool.
Oh my God. It's the best. It really is.
I can't wait. You get a little green juice. You just had your breakfast. It's sunny out.
That is where all my money went, though. Like, oh my God, I was saving money by living in a closet, but I was spending all my money. I'd be like, oh, cool, I saved money by living in this illegal closet. But now, and so I would treat myself. I'd be like, I'm going to treat myself to this organic smoothie. $15. $15 later, the juice shop. And a couple other places. I like this place, Juicy Lucy, I think it was called, Avenue B. They make great juices. Oh my God.
They do add up. I'm trying to be careful of that now to just get in the hang of budgeting again because
Oh my God. Ugh, I hate budgeting.
yeah, I just try to be cheap when I could be cheap. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily cheap all the time, but if I'm out, I'll drop $10 on like a juice. But then I'll like try to maybe eat at home the next night or 2 meals at home or something basic.
Right. You know what's getting me is all these auto charges. And like I justify it because it's for my career. Like Adobe, we need Adobe. The podcast thing, the thing we stream on, a bunch of courses. I'm always taking all these courses. And it's like to be an artist is expensive. Just with the software that you need for technology. And then I saw a course on Domestika, like how to like have branding, how to have branding for your Instagram. Cause I think I'm gonna start a new Instagram because I'm mad at Instagram. They didn't give me access to Reels. And that's my jam, my vertical video.
Yeah.
And like, cause that is what is boosting the algorithm for these people. Is they say do 3 reels, 10 stories, and 3 posts. And I'm like, you're cutting off an artist from access to success a little bit to growing their audience by not giving everybody reels. I think that's why a lot of people are going to TikTok because TikTok's genuine. You don't have to look catered or curated. That's the word. It's like I am a little nauseous. Like everything you post on Instagram's got to look like an art director curated it. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I noticed when people try to follow me, the one they do is Instagram the most still, but they it's got to be an easy name. I mean, you're lucky as long as you have an easy name. Like you'll see, I put mine back to Dom's Details. I just kind of
did. So you're not doing Dominic Leonelli?
Well, I have both Instagrams, but the thing is, I kind of want to build a fresh one too because mine now, the Dom's Details is all organic followers that I personally know. Like it's people that I met and know. There's nothing fake.
Yes, my Amy J. Jans, I have work friends, I've got my family. So I feel kind of embarrassed to post my self-promotion stuff because I'm like, these are my family. I don't want to bombard them with my commercials. Hey guys, follow my web series or check out my podcast. It is, so you know what? Let's start a new Instagram. I have this thing, Buttercup Media Club. If you want to join, this thing, I'll send you the link, but I like to it's like a digital co-work space, but I just started to do them on YouTube to where we set a goal and we do it. And so I've been wanting to focus on redoing my Instagram. So if you want to come on my Buttercup Media Club show, we can map out an Instagram strategy.
Yeah, maybe we should.
All right, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll try to do that. Yeah, let's set that up. I think judging by my TikTok, I post one every now and then. I kind of lost that 5. Let's start off small.
Me too.
I was gonna say it's good when it's like real people. I feel like I definitely want to give them something because they're like people that like took their time out to be like, let me get your Instagram after a show, something like that.
Right. I fell through with the 5 posts on Instagram, TikTok as well because I put thought in my videos, and I don't want to post garbage. However, I've noticed sometimes that the stuff that does go successful is stuff that you don't plan.
Yes, that's so true.
So
what I'm thinking, Ames, is I'm just gonna go on and be like, start throwing some stories on even do the reels. I don't know if I have access to the reels on that one.
Really?
I'll have to check, but I know mine now. My big one is like, not my big one, but my biggest one is my name. And it's like 4,500 followers, but I post a video.
Is that all organic? Like,
no, it's not organic. Oh, like that. No, but you know what I did was, I used to just follow people and follow back like that when it very first started to get like 2,000.
Cool.
So I did
Yeah,
that to get like 2,000. But then I probably did build an actual like couple thousand organically over like the past 5 years. But the
that's
thing is,
awesome.
I don't know how much they really rock with me or how many people are still on those, because when I post a video, at most it's going to get us 800 views,
Hey,
1,000
that's a
views.
lot.
Yeah,
That
that's at
really is.
most. A lot will be like 250, 400. That's the average, but the most will be like 1,100 at the top. Maybe I keep going on that one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm
Right.
doing anymore.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll do a Buttercup. You're invited to come on Buttercup Media Club, and we will map out an Instagram strategy plan.
Yeah, this is cool. We kind of
So, guys, we thought today was the Golden Globes. So yeah, we dressed all up in our Golden Globe outfits. We didn't have anybody RSVP anyway on the Patreon, and we want to plan it right. So everybody, please sign up for our Patreon. It's Patreon. The link will be below. Patreon/ Good Afternoon Planet Earth TV. But yeah, we want to plan more future group parties. We want to get to know you guys. So please, please, please sign up for our Patreon so we can have more communication with you guys.
Yeah, please. And you'll see we're investing. We actually have the microphones, we have the headphones. We want to make this the best we could. The Logic Tech cameras. We went all that. We just want to do what we can do for you guys so you enjoy.
Yes. Yeah. So we have 2 plans for the Patreon. One is a $5 monthly plan, and that's just like a tip jar. Thanks, guys. We put hours of effort of editing, graphics, producing, and then we have, I believe it's a $10 one where you could be invited to monthly karaoke parties that we host and all that. So please sign up. We would love to get to chill with you guys and get to know everybody and really form a Good Afternoon Planet Earth community. Because so far, like everybody that we've met that watches the show, it's like, oh my God, like I would hang out with you in real life.
Right.
You know, everybody's so awesome that we've met who watches the show.
Yeah, I was just thinking that you're right. It's so cool. The fans that we made are like, I really love our fan base. Yeah.
Yes. Like you guys are so cool. So I don't know, like we're all of the similar brain wavelength. So it's like let's all just party with each other. It's virtual. So you could be anywhere in the world to chill with us.
Yeah, right on. Got a hot topic for everybody?
Yeah. Cool. Let me see here. Okay, so I'll set the timer for 1 minute.
All right.
Hold on, let me see. Okay. Now, Dom, what is a seemingly mundane question you can ask somebody that will tell you a lot about their personality? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And setting it. Timer's on.
What's your perfect breakfast? I don't know. Wait, hold on. That's stupid. A mundane thing that tell you a lot about your personality. I almost think like maybe either that or how was your breakfast? Or do you prefer breakfast over lunch? Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't.
Oh no, that's true because some people don't even eat breakfast, so it's like okay, you know.
Or some people just snap like, "What breakfast? What are you talking to me about breakfast?" Yeah, I guess I don't know. I still got time. Wait, hold on. Monday, maybe like a mundane question. I'm trying to think. Easy question. What would you do with $1 million? I think that's like a mundane.
I like that. That is so true because like some people would spend it all on Coke or some people would spend it all on a mansion.
Oh, I've had people tell me. I've had people tell me if they got $20 million, they're like, oh yeah, and I'd give my brother 20 grand. And it's like, dude, you got 20 million.
Right. That is hilarious. Okay, so the timer went off. I'll reset it for mine. Okay. I would say what is your biggest anxiety? I would say because some people might not be open to sharing and they would just shut down like I don't have any. You know, it's like, oh, that would tell me a lot about you. Like, oh, you got some stuff. You're blocked, you know? Or some people, if they actually poured into it, like my biggest anxiety is dying unsuccessful. Like that would tell me a lot about them. Like shit, like that's my biggest anxiety. When my appendix exploded and I had sepsis for 2 months in the hospital, I was fucking mad. I was like, I have so much to finish. And when I thought I was going to die, I was like, I have so much to finish. And I was angry. I was like, fuck, I should have been bold. I should have put my content out there. I should have made stuff. I should have made stuff happen. I should have asked when I was afraid.
Right.
You know?
You're just like saying it.
Yes, that is my biggest thing that I'm aware that I'm going to regret because I already regret it. I need to ask people for opportunities because I've had legit people being so generous. Like if you need anything, if you I'll tell you one thing. When I worked in Hollywood, a famous director, I'll tell you after the podcast. I don't want to daughter. I became, like she would come in and I would talk to her and she's awesome. Like she's legit a genuinely awesome person. She would always go to Mel's Diner and we became like anytime she would come in, I would be so pumped to like chat with her. And one day she goes, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know." She wrote her name and her phone number on a napkin. And I was like, oh my God, I was so flattered. I didn't know she was his daughter at first, but then, like I found out somehow. And then I just got so nervous. Like, I don't know. It shouldn't affect. Once you find, I don't want to know if someone is famous. It sucks. Like, I wish I could deactivate. Like, all of a sudden I felt unworthy. I felt unworthy of her friendship. Like, she's so cool, yada, yada. And I should have reached out to her. One time I did go to one of her movie premieres though. And I wish I got so nervous that I was afraid that like I could say something and she wouldn't like me. Like I just put her on a pedestal, and I'm sure that's what a lot of successful people feel, is what happens. It stinks when people find out who they are, that people like they change, but like I had self-esteem issues, and I just was like, she's so cool, that I was so afraid that I forgot who I was. Like I was like, I don't want to say anything that she wouldn't like me, but I was only 20 years old at the time. And so like, it's understandable to have self-esteem issues. I don't know. It's embarrassing. Anyway, I hope I thought, I don't even know if she would remember me to this day.
Yeah, that's yeah, he's awesome. Wow, that's so cool.
She's an actor in her own right. She does a lot of acting.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I definitely had people like, you get weird around famous people, but anymore, I'm starting to not even give a damn. Like, I'm just like, I think they even, honestly, most of the time, even famous people well, I don't know, some people that just been famous for like 40 years just on another planet sometimes.
Right.
But I've met so many that are so like, know that they're down to earth. Like, bro, come on. What? Because I was on a TV show? You think I'm somebody special? I'm no different than you. Like,
I've totally met certain celebrities and children of celebrities that think, that they treat you like you should bow down to them. And it's like, I'm sorry, no. Yeah, like the older I get, the more I'm just like, I really could care less.
It's always the celebrity's child or brother that gives me a problem. The unfamous brother. You know who you're talking to?
Absolutely. It's so true. And that goes to say, like, new money versus old money. Like, when I would waitress, I would notice it a lot. Like, old money is actually very respectful. They look you in the eye, or from my experience, waited on some really interesting people, and they look you in the eye, and like, that it's about manners. But then new money, I would wait on these like spoiled rich kids. They all had these like pimped out Ferraris. They roll in with Ferraris. I don't know who these kids are, but they'd be loud. They'd have their phone. They'd be recording me for their videos. Like, we're at Mel's Diner. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm a waitress. Like, do not get that out of my face. I do not want to be recorded. Like,
Right, that's not part of my job.
Exactly. You want me for your algorithm, I gotta sign
pay for this shit. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Let me see a release form. I do not give you permission to record me. I mean,
Yeah.
but I would play like, hi. You don't have a choice when you're a waitress, because then they get you on camera being like, don't record. And then that's fodder. So you can't even be real with them. Like, hey, I feel uncomfortable, like, I'm sweaty. It's 2 a.m. I'm just trying to do my job. Please, I don't want to,
Yeah, that was the tough days when I was serving. When I was a busboy, it was like I felt so low. Like I just apologized to everybody at that point all the time. And when you're desperate for the job, it's a whole different level of low, because you need the $29 for that shift so bad.
True. And what's annoying is, like, a customer can talk to you belittling, but as the work employee, if you talked back to them in the same tone that they talked to you, you would get fired.
My worst thing I hated was when you get the people that talk to you like you're dumb, or when you're messing up the order. Like they almost come in like they can't wait to cuss you out. Well, we've been waiting a while, and you'll be like, I already know what this is. You guys are gonna complain after when you get the bill, because you're gonna try to get your bill lower. Like nobody's that mad 5 minutes within sitting down at a restaurant.
It's ridiculous. It's like, it sucks how you have to bite your tongue. You're the one. You're the one not allowed to say anything,
Yeah, that does suck. I can't stand when somebody's mean to a server like that. If I'm on a date and they're mean to a server, it's I don't care how fine you are.
Oh my God. How about when you're, in a date and they complain about their order? Like, it's like, come on, just if you paid for something, you should, whatever. But like, I was on a date one time, and the guy, he ordered it and then didn't know that he wouldn't like it. And I'm like, that's on you. They didn't mess up your order. You should have read the menu properly.
Yeah, you got to be on first date behavior. That's definitely third, fourth date stuff. You make sure you get your date to agree with you. Yeah, I think it is undercooked. Yeah, maybe. That's a group decision,
But, it's kind of like, also show your true colors, because that is not what I want to deal with. I do not want to deal with someone who complains, like, to the restaurant.
Right. I get so embarrassed. There's like a family member of mine has money, and they're never gonna listen to this podcast. I guess I wouldn't care if they did, but they'll offer to take us out.
Don't
No, it's all good. They'd offer to take us out, and then when we do, they make you buy from like the family value menu or the kids menu, and it's like, dude, I'll give you the extra $3. But then the whole time they're complaining to the point to where you can't even go. Like I can't even go to a Red Lobster in my hometown again. I have to wait for the shift cycle of new employees, because they caused such a problem there that we were remembered for a while.
Right.
She's like banned from restaurants. Like there's a pancake house. As soon as she walks in, they got her picture on the wall, and they said, Listen, we know you're gonna want something for free, and we can't. We'd rather not have you here.
Oh, that's so funny.
So all she does is everywhere she goes, and she, like, what about people that, like, I knew a kid in high school, and he used to put hair in his food and get it for
Oh,
free. It's
that's
like
the worst.
people could
Yeah.
lose their job for that.
Oh, seriously. Yeah, one time one time someone did that to me, and at the time I had bleach blonde hair and they put their red hair in it. I'm like, that's your hair. I had bleach blonde hair. They're trying to say that there's hair in the food. It's their hair is fire orange hair, and it matched their whole. I was like, are you? I busted out laughing.
Insane.
I was like, are you serious?
The stuff we deal with on a basis that I know everybody does. It's not just because we're comics, but I think just chasing a dream, that a little bit of extra, like when we know we don't need to necessarily work that second part-time job at the restaurant or whatever, but like Mark Norman says it, I can't wait to work. I guess we're looking back on these now laughing, but like I seen he was talking about all these bad times, they're all gonna be worth it. Can't wait until that.
I know.
I hope that's true one day. I'm
ready to just sit on my nice luxury apartment and just relax.
I've had bosses. I told you I had one job. The guy said it was 1 day free paid training. And this was on the Lower East Side, second and second. And I cleaned out the basement the whole day. And then that was it. That was it. And then he's like, no, we're good. We're not going to use you.
That should be illegal. That guy should have been arrested. He owed you money.
I got filthy dirty. I can't believe how bad I got hustled. I went back. He fed me. And it's like, I at least got something.
I hate that when they're like, oh, we'll feed you as a form of payment. No, honey, money talks, money walks. Pay me. My cheeseburger is not going to pay my rent.
Yeah. How about you pay me and I feed myself like normal life?
Right. Yeah. Like I'm not an animal.
And then you know what? After 3 weeks, you're sick of all the food and they never give you the good stuff. That's why you got to put your name on it. You can't order the salmon. I had one place, they said no meat. He's like, did you order meat? It's like I'm working a 12-hour shift. Order chicken parmesan. They gave me pasta.
It's ridiculous. It's so inhumane, the restaurant industry. I know they had the little server menu where I used to work, and I could only order like 4 things off the menu.
Anybody that gets into the restaurant business, I give them credit. People think I'm crazy for trying to be a comedian. Then they go open up a restaurant. I'm like, dude, that's the hardest business there is. Like, there's no money for profit. You got to be on your A game.
Plus, you have high liability if you have your liquor license. So if you serve alcohol to someone who gets into a car crash from a DWI or whatever, then you're held liable or something. I don't know the facts 100%, but I do know that you can like really, as the owner of the restaurant, if you serve alcohol and that person gets in a car crash and kills someone, you may be held liable for that, I believe.
Isn't that something? I know the fines, that it's all about money too. I mean, not all about, but the fines, like some places in New York got, when they just opened at 50% capacity, they got hit with so many fines. Like I think one place was $100,000 in fines, I read.
Wow.
I mean, the pandemic had them, already hurting. Then you get $100,000 in fines.
Yeah.
How are you going to live? People that I know that are in the restaurant businesses, most of their answers are the same. Well, I'm going to make as much as I could, then file bankruptcy. What type of business plan is that?
Right.
Take as many loans out as you could, hide as much money as you can. My thing just came off the desk.
I know. That's why I got to hold mine. My desk isn't big enough.
Mine either. Oh, shit. So I'm just going to hold mine. Well,
one day. Join our Patreon, everybody, so that we can afford stuff to produce. Oh,
guys!
All right. Please. Well, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Good afternoon, Planet Earth. I'm Amy J. Jans. Add me on Instagram.
Oh, sorry for cutting you off. Yeah, add Amy JJNs on Instagram and add me Dom's Details or Dominic Leonelli, but Dom's Details is the new one. We're gonna start putting together some little videos and we'll see what
Yes.
we could do.
And what should my new Instagram name be? Should it be Aim Kalame? Is that tacky?
Something easy to spell and remember. I think
Right.
2 words.
Is Aim Kablame easy or
Aim
no?
Aim Kablame.
Yeah. I don't know. I already
AM.
got my name. Instagram already has my name, Amy J. Jan. So it's like I can't use that. I was thinking something like Aimsters.
Maybe that could work. See if that's taken. Aimsters.
All
That
right.
kind of fits you.
All right. I'll take a look. I'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And yes, our Golden Globe party, we will not be live streaming it because we didn't have any RSVPs. But please, please, please check us out on Patreon so we can have parties. We want to party with you guys.
Yeah, we're ready to go. So check us out. All right,
All
y'all.
right. Bye. Thanks for watching.
That's it for today, folks. Thank you for listening. Subscribe and follow.